all of the presenters, all of the contestants. I'm not sure I can do that myself. And I was even feeling a little bad about picking the topic because I think it's a tough one. It's really a tough one. And all of you have the ability to come up here, to stand up here and deliver. I think this is marvelous. And I think all of you should applaud your effort, your ability to be able to do that, because not many people can do that in English. Well, a lot of times we're probably doing that in Chinese as well. But here's a few things that I think could be of help for you in the future if you were to do this again. Of course, a lot of you, some teams, there are 3 teams today. For some reason you say, well, we're not going to be able to go through this. And I can definitely understand why, because this is one of those moments where you have to really get up your nerve and really show the side of you that maybe some of you are reluctant to show from time to time, which is something I think all of the language learner ought to be able to go through. I mean, to get up the nerve and to stand and deliver. And for that, I repeat myself again, that you really need to give yourself a big applause. And after the event, I think you should go home and have a party and just reward yourself. I noticed a couple of things. Some of you, there are several teams that you can come up here and then very poised, and then very, you don't show that you're nervous, even though I know deep inside perhaps you are, but the ability to be able to become composed in a matter of facing all the audience, it takes a lot of practice. And a lot of times you have to psych it out yourself to do that. And one of the things I learned in the past will be when you stand up here, you treat everyone in the audience as a piece of furniture. Yes. And I didn't invent this myself, but I learned. I read it somewhere. And one of the things I did when I was beginning, of course, I'm standing in front of the students for many, many years. But one of the things, on occasions like this, it's really the thing to do. You treat the audience like, a chair. And if you learn to be able to do that, then nothing would make any difference. You become less nervous. And then one other thing I noticed, this is a PowerPoint presentation. And I think that one of the important things would be, a lot of you still have a note in front of you. The thing is, you have the screen right up there, and a lot of times you could stand on the side and look at the screen, and it would be a very easy thing to do. I think all of you can try to do that instead of looking at the note. And looking at note make you nervous. And it's probably also make the audience, or the judges say, well, you forget your lines or something. But always a nice idea. Instead of putting up a lot of slides and a lot of pictures, and look at, always maybe have some text next to your slide. And so you can look at the slide, and look at it, and then turn back to the audience and say something. And so that would be one way of giving yourself a cue right in front of you. And so you don't have to come up here with a note. Because the fact of having a note in front of you is terrifying. I mean, you get very, very nervous all of a sudden because you forgot. And you're creating tension for yourself, and also the audience would say, oh boy. It's always a good thing. One of the biggest problems would be you forget what you're going to say. And another thing I noticed, of course, this is a topic. And I can see some of you have very difficult content there, like you have big words and big ideas and long sentences. The easier thing to do would be, of course you don't have time, in 10 minutes, and you probably have the information, have the text, have the content prepared. But then again, there's so many topics. I think there are about 8 or 10. You don't have time to go through each and every one of them. And so you actually don't have a whole lot of time And my idea is, if possible at all, that you work through the topic with someone who can direct you, who can give you comments on the language. And like I said, this is not an easy topic. And so get your teachers, someone knowledgeable, others with the language, to go through your PowerPoint and use plain English a lot of times, just simple ideas, because you're presenting ideas from your perspective. You're the student, college student. What about student government? What about politicians? How do you feel about them? What do you think you can do from your perspective? 很多时候你可以说，我是做一个大学校长，会做一个什么样的？我来 design the education. I'll change the education, but it's not going to happen. So one of the things would be to make the topic to become something that you can work with. Will be to look at topic from your own perspective. 把这个主题看成就是我是一个学生，那 how would I do this from our own perspective? And then you can handle the topic better. You can, with your own ideas, you know, the politicians are around us, and you know, every day when you turn on the TV, it's someone else up there yelling and shouting. And you can, if you can, you know, treat the topic like it's something of concern to you, relate the topic to your own reality. I think it would work even better. It's not to say that I dislike the idea you presented up there, but you know, this would really, really make it very effective. 就是不用这个长篇大论讲一些很遥远的一些什么教育啊 training program. This is part of it, but then get from your own perspective and bringing the audience closer to your own view on this issue. And I think it would even be better if you can do that and convince the audience, and this is from your own perspective and looking at the whole thing. Like I said, there are a lot of things. I think I learned a great deal from all of you, from all of your presentation. And my last comment will be, congratulations. Go home and have a party with a glass. All of you. All right, thank you.
我们请蓝慧玲教授为我们讲题。
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and that is really my honor and pleasure to be here. And I appreciated a lot from Professor Huang's comments, and I also learned it from your presentations as well. Frankly speaking, I really have to say the topic that you decided to present today is really, really tough. And for a lot of time, I try to imagine if I were one of you, how would I present it, and what kind of situation should I create so to let myself not to so nervous, because I have to say I have seen a lot of you feel so nervous on the stage, and I think that is a practice, that is a journey of your life, and many of you have started from now, and I hope that you can carry on for the future. And congratulations to you all, because you proved that you have the courage to do it as a second round. I think all of you passed the first round, that's why you had a chance to be here. And like what